Good day everyone, I am Janelle Austria and we are the group 5. So today we're going to tackle about the optical instruments. But first, how are mirrors and lenses used in optical instruments?
Plane mirrors are commonly used in periscopes, such as those found in submarines, to allow people to see objects that are above or hidden from direct view. Concave mirrors, which curve inward, are very useful in instruments like telescopes and flashlights. Convex mirrors, on the other hand, curve outward and are designed to provide a wider field of view. So plane mirrors reflects light evenly and forms an image that looks exactly like the object. So plane mirrors are commonly used in periscopes to let people see over or around the obstacles. So periscopes can be found in submarines, and plane mirrors are also used in microscopes to direct light toward the specimen. So concave mirrors, on the other hand, it curves inward like a pool and focuses lights to a point. So concave mirrors are used in telescopes to gather light from distant stars and focus it for viewing. It is also used in makeup or shaving mirrors to magnify the face, and is also found in reflectors of flashlights and car headlights to focus light into a beam. And last is the convex mirror. It curves outward and spreads light rays, making images appear smaller but showing a wider view. So convex mirrors are used in security mirrors and vehicle side mirrors to see a larger area. Sometimes used in optical instruments to widen the field of view or reduce the size of images. So to summarize, plane mirrors reflect light normally, concave mirrors focus light, and convex mirrors spread light. So and each plays a special roles in helping optical instruments form and control images. Next is the lenses. Lenses are used in many optical instruments because they bend light and form images. Convex lenses are used in magnifying glasses, microscopes, telescopes, and cameras to make objects look bigger or clearer. Concave lenses, on the other hand, are used in eyeglasses for nearsighted people and indoor peepholes to give a wider view. So convex lenses is thicker in the middle and bends light rays inward or converges them to a focus point. It is used in microscopes and telescopes to magnify small or distant objects. In cameras, it focuses light onto the sensor or film to create a clear image. And in eyeglasses for farsighted people, it helps them focus on nearby objects. Concave lenses, on the other hand, is thinner in the middle and bends light rays outward or diverges them. It is used in eyeglasses for nearsighted people to help them see distant objects clearly, and is sometimes used in telescopes or laser devices to spread light rays before they are focused again by other lenses. So in short, convex lenses bring light together to magnify or focuses images, while concave lenses spread light apart to correct or control vision and focus.
The human eyelid opens and closes the entire eye to protect the eye from dust, light, and injury. So sinasabi po dito na ang eyelid or talukap ng mata ay nagsisilbing proteksyon ng mata. Ito ang nagbubukas at nagsasara upang maprotektahan ang mga mata laban sa likabok, sobrang liwanag at posibleng pinsala. Ang iris naman po, this is the colored part of the eye which is brown, blue, green, and etc. that controls the size of the pupil. So in Tagalog po, ang iris po, ito ay ang mga may kulay na bahagi ng mata na maaaring kayong manggi, asul, berde at iba pa. Kontrolado nito ang laki ng pupil upang makapasok ang tamang dami ng liwanag sa loob ng mata. Pupil, the black circular opening in the center of the iris. So in Tagalog po, ang pupil or balintataw, ito ang itim na bilog sa gitna ng iris. Dito po mapasok ang liwanag na siyang nagdadala ng larawan sa loob ng mata. Aqueous humor, a clearly water-free fluid that nourishes the cornea and lens. So sinasabi po dito na ito ay isang malinaw at parang tubig na likido na nagbibigay nutrisyon at proteksyon sa cornea at lens ng mata. ang cornea, the transparent dome-shaped front layer of the eye that refracts most of the light rays. So sinasabi po dito na ito ay ang malinaw at hugis duming bahagi sa harapan ng mata, na siyang unang tumatanggap at nagre-refraction o nagbabaluktot ng liwanag upang ito ay tumama ng tama sa loob ng mata. Ciliary muscles, small muscles around the lens that relieves the lenses when changing shape. Sinasabi nga po dito na ang ciliary muscles ay ang mga maliliit na kalamnan sa loob ng mata na tumutulong sa pag-focus. Sila ay bahagi ng isang mas malaking struktura na tinatawag na ciliary body.
Next is the retina. The retina is the inner layer at the back of the eye that contains light-sensitive cells and converts light into signals for the brain. Ang retina ay bahagi ng mata na tumatanggap ng liwanag at nagbabago nito sa mga electrical signal na pinapadala sa utak upang makabuo ng larawan. Macula, a small area in the center of the retina responsible for sharp, detailed, and color vision. Ang macula ay maliit na bahagi sa gitna ng retina na responsable sa malinaw at detalyadong paningin. Vitreous humor, a clear gel-like substance filling most of the eyeball, helping it maintain its round shape. Vitreous humor, malinaw na likidong parang gel na pumupuno sa loob ng mata at tumutulong mapanatiling bilog ang hugis nito. Optic nerve, the bundle of nerve fibers that carries visual information from the retina to the brain. Ugat na nagdadala ng mga mensaheng visual mula sa retina patungo sa utak para makita natin ang mga imahe.
The camera. As we can see in the picture, this shows how a camera forms an image. The light coming from the object passes through the lens and is focused inside the camera. The lens bends the light rays and forms an inverted image on the film or sensor. This process is similar to how our eyes work when we see things around us. The camera. A camera is an optical instrument that resembles the human eye in several aspects. A camera has either a simple convex lens or a system of lenses that forms images by refraction. A camera also has a light-sensitive film where an inverted real image that is smaller than the object is projected and captured. In a camera, the lens is adjusted to form a sharp image. A camera gives a permanent image of the subject. Cameras today are much complex in form and structure, but they still operate on the principles of reflection and refraction. After reading this, I can say that a camera works almost the same way as our eyes. It captures light through its lens and focuses it to form a clear image. The picture is then recorded on a film or sensor. Even though cameras today are more modern and digital, they still follow the same basic idea, using light, reflection, and refraction to capture what we see.
The magnifying glass. A magnifying glass consists of a convex lens. To magnify an object, the lens is placed very close to it. As you learned previously, a convex lens produces an enlarged image of an object if it is placed between the focus and the lens. So, ang magnifying glass daw po ay gawa sa convex lens. Ito yung klase ng lens na pabilog at nakaumbok palabas. Kapag gusto mo pong palakihin ang itsura ng isang bagay, ilalapit mo lang po ang magnifying lens malapit sa object. So, ang magnifying glass po ay para ding magic lens na nagpapalaki ng mga bagay kapag sobrang lapit mo itong ginamit. Ginagamit ito ng convex lens sa pamamagitan ng pagbaluktot ng liwanag para magmukhang malaki ang object. So, dito po sa next slide, ay pinapakita po kung paano gumagana ang simpleng magnifying lens or ang magnifying glass. Sa picture po, may subject, yung yellow na flower, na gusto natin tingnan ng mas malapitan. Kapag ginamit mo po ang simpleng magnifying glass, napapalaki po nito ang itsura ng object.
The microscope. A microscope magnifies minute objects multiple times to make them visible to the human eye. Its most common type is the compound microscope, which consists of two convex lenses, the objective lens and the eyepiece lens, with short focal lengths. Ang microscope ay isang instrumentong optikal na ginagamit upang mapalaki ang itsura ng maliit na bagay na hindi kayang makita ng mata. Binubuo ito ng mga lente na nagpapalapit at nagpapalinaw ng imahe. Karaniwang ginagamit ito sa pag-aaral ng mga selula, mikrobyo at iba pang maliliit na organismo sa larangan ng agham at medisina. Sa tulong ng microscope, mas madaling maunawaan ang istruktura at gawain ng mga bagay na napakaliit.
The next instrument is the telescope.
A telescope makes distant objects appear closer and bigger. There are two kinds of telescope. Telescopes that operate based on the principle of reflection by mirrors and are reflecting telescopes. Telescopes that focus light through lenses are reflecting telescopes. Since it is easier to build large mirrors than big lenses, huge astronomical telescopes intended to capture as much light as possible are designed as reflectors. On the other hand, most of the small telescopes used by amateur astronomers and bird watchers are reflectors. Ang telescope ay isang mahalagang instrumento na ginagamit para obserbahan ang mga malalayong bagay sa kalawakan gaya ng mga bituin, planeta at galaxy. Tinutulungan tayo nito makakita ng mga bagay na hindi nakikita ng ating mata. Mahalaga ito sa larangan ng astronomy dahil nakakatulong ito sa mga siyentipiko na pag-aaral at maintindihan ang universo. May iba't ibang uri ng telescope tulad ng refractor, reflector at radio telescope na bawat isa ay may kanya-kanyang gamit. Hanggang ngayon, patuloy itong ginagamit para sa mga bagong tuklas at kaalaman tungkol sa kalawakan.
Our discussion will end here. Thank you for listening, and again, we are the Group 5.